In a world of smoking stories where the good times flow, there's a podcast rolling, putting on a show. The three amigos gathered, mic in hand, you see. The Cigar Loons are calling, wild and fancy free. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew, ever thoughtful, with a quip and a glee. The Cigar Loons are living out their podcast dream. From humble beginnings, just a thought, a spark. Now they're lighting up the airwaves, leaving their mark. They talk of life and laughter, and the cigars they hold dear, dispelling all the worries, banishing all fear. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew, ever thoughtful, with a quip and a glee. The Cigar Loons are living out the podcast dream. Through debates and discussions, they always find a way to make you feel at home at the close of every day, with tales from their adventures and insights sharp and keen. The Cigar Loons are truly quite the listening scene. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew, ever thoughtful, with a quip and a glee. The Cigar Loons are living out their podcast dream. So light up your stogie, settle in and hear. The Cigar Loons are talking, bringing joy to your ear. Guys Grumpy and Matthew, a perfect smoky blend. Tune into the Loons until the very end.
Hello, 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 hello. It's Tuesday evening, and it means one thing. Cigar Loons podcast. We are live, of course, in England, in the United States of America.
Yep, we're all live on that.
We're live tonight, and thank you everyone who's coming to watch. We do want to put a sorry out. We're not going to be live with Joe tonight, brand ambassador for Boulevard Cigars. Joe's had a family emergency that's happened today, and he will not be here for the show. So tonight's show is going to be budget cigars, pros and cons. So we've had to reschedule, and as soon as we've got a date for Joe coming, then we'll be live, of course, with Joe, and we'll be talking about Boulevard Cigars. But tonight, like we said, it's been a reshuffle. A lot of things have gone on behind the scenes before we come live tonight, which was a matter of, I think it was 2 hours before the show. I got the notification from Matthew to say, yep, brother, we're going to have to reschedule. So we've done this as a reschedule because we still want to be live tonight for you. But thoughts and prayers go out to Joe with this family emergency that he's got going on. And like I say, when we get the date, then we'll have him back for sure. Hey up, Andrew. Hope you're all right, my brother. Thank you for being here with us tonight.
What up?
Yeah. Well, yeah, budget cigars. And mine's a budget cigar, of course. The Boaventura. These are the Pedicolo ones, and basically they're made by. Go on, Matthew. Tell me the company name again, then. Before Corovari Boaventura Pedicolos, and it's mixed. It's mixed filler, and it's medium filler, and of course it's got a Habano wrapper, which I like, and then it says fillers from Jalapa, Nicaragua, and so forth. And you know something, when you think of this brand, any of the Boaventuras that are out, they are made at the Pacentia Cigar Factory. So you know full well this is going to have Pacentia tobacco in it. And it's one of my go-tos when I'm in that budget crisis of I need a smoke, I want a cigar. These I want to pick up. And
Every day.
Grumpy, sit in the corner and eat your sandwich and shut up.
Oh boy, here we
Tell
go.
you now.
We're always in a budget crisis. We're all there.
Yeah, true. True, brother. True.
I mean, come on.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh, Matthew's got a black screen. Where's Matthew? Hello, Matthew. Where are you?
Buddy, it usually takes me longer to embarrass somebody than that.
I'm still here. If you can hear me.
We can hear you, but we can't see you.
We can hear you just fine. We just can't see you.
No, still can't see you, brother.
I don't know what the deal is. My shit just went weird.
It's black.
Box.
I know. Everything's black.
You look like one of those. You look like a redacted Epstein file. That's what you're.
Hey, let's not go there. Jesus Christ.
What it looks like? Just a black box.
On the file.
Yeah, it's just a black box, man.
All right, let me leave and come back. Good Lord.
Hey, up the Smoking Text podcast. Hope you're okay. Hi to everyone who's popping in there on it.
Don't look at me. I'm just hiding in the corner. I'm just hiding in the corner, man. I don't know. I didn't say nothing.
Well, I just want to point out for anyone who's, of course, popping in now and seeing us live there on Instagram. There's Joe couldn't make it tonight, of course, from Boulevard Cigars. So
he's back.
Family emergency, and that's why, of course, we're not sitting down with Joe tonight and we're doing this. We did put the post out there on our Instagram channel to say there's going to be a reschedule. So if it is that you just come for Joe tonight, we do apologise, but Joe couldn't make it. Family emergency and family come first. But anyway, let's
stay for us.
Yeah, let's crack
on. You stay and laugh at him. I mean, if nothing else.
Andrew says, "How are you guys doing?"
We're doing good, brother.
Apart from Grumpy being a twat tonight, I'm all right.
Grumpy's clear. Let me give you my observation as an innocent bystander here.
Okay.
And Grumpy's feeling a little punchy tonight, and Gaz is feeling a little sensitive tonight. So he's got a little sand in his vagina.
Don't you fucking start, motherfucker, down there in the bottom. I tell you. Fuck me. You'll be another Jepstein Epstein fail fucking case in a minute. You'll get black again.
Here we go.
He's going to redact you again.
Wait, you trying to say you did that before?
No, I didn't do it. I can do it, though. I can press a button.
No, I think it was just my internet. Had a hiccup or something, and then my tablet didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, Cleveland dropped off the grid for a minute.
Dude, that happens.
Yeah,
brother. What did we say the other night?
Yeah,
when we were live, if we don't see Matthew on Tuesday, it's because someone's come and picked him up, and then all of a sudden his screen goes black tonight, doesn't it?
Yeah, really. He's having internet issues. He might drop out in a minute. You never know.
I'm in the basement, so I'll hear him coming, and I got things to protect myself. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, now, if you hear helicopters, just give us a heads up.
I hear helicopters. I'm going to hide in the hidden room back down here.
We're going to that room in the floor, man. They gonna find us underground.
But of course, we got to also say to Joe, what a big thank you to him for, of course, sending the cigars. And I saw today a post.
Definitely.
It was about podcasting, and they don't ask for cigars like most other podcasts do and stuff. And I just want to put it out as well. Our podcast, we don't ask for samples or anyone. what we do when we do talk to a guest, we're like, well, where can we buy your cigars? Where is the easiest place? Because I don't see your cigars in my cigar lounge that I go. So how do we get them? And normally the guest will turn around and say, let me send you some cigars. How many of you are the guys? Let me send you some. And that's how it comes around. It is.
I also think that that person, I can't remember who it was off the top of my head, but I saw the post too. I think they were referring specifically to like just content creators, not necessarily podcasts, that are literally just saying, I'll do a review if you give me free shit. You know what I mean? We don't really play that game.
Yeah, that you know.
But I mean, I don't necessarily have a problem with that either. I don't do it. But I mean, you choose how to run your little business, however you choose to run your little business. And if you, as a company, decide that you want that review from that, you look at their analytics and say, okay, do I want to send this guy? Is it worth it to me to send this guy cigars? And if you decide it's not, then it's not. Fuck them. If it is, go ahead. You know what I mean?
You know something? I don't like podcasts, right? Or reviewers where they'll do a cigar, either a budget or a boutique or a big legacy brand, and they'll smoke the cigar and say it's the best cigar ever because they've had a fake review. Oh shit! Here we go. Guess who's here? The sister-in-law. Hi, Martha. Hi. I can see you. I can see you. But it's like when they do these reviews, it's because they're being given the cigar, and I don't like this. When you smoke the cigar, if you say one negative thing in the company seat, it's like, yeah, you can't post that. If I'm doing a review on a cigar, I want to be brutally honest. There was lighting issues. There was a construction issue. This tasted like ass. This tasted a bit offish. I like the box presentation. I like the band presentation. I want to go
You do have a point, Mark.
A whole lot of it. But you know something? A lot of people don't because they're scared of the company having him. Oh, frig me. Even the wife's now here. Hi, Emily.
Oh, boy.
Frig me, it's the attack of the sister-in-law and the wife. Up. Yeah, actually, I'm the one that can see you. Yeah, actually, you can see me because I'm on YouTube, which we can say we're on YouTube, Instagram, and we're on Rumble because we don't have to talk that ticky-tocky baby talk. Ticky-tocky baby talk. Hey.
All right, listen.
We can't smoke a cigar.
We don't talk about TikTok anymore. I will say, since I haven't yet, I am smoking the Surplus by CAO.
Since I haven't yet.
Sweet.
What? He's going to be putting his pinky up next, Grub. You watch.
And it is a Cuban sandwich, so it is short and long filler. So I am shocked that this fucking ash is hanging on even this hard. Usually they pop off about 1/4 inch with a fucking Cuban sandwich, but I'm not overly excited about this cigar so far. But honestly,
you know something?
For what it is.
When CA announced they were going to be doing the surplus, I'm like, what does it mean surplus? Then I started hearing about them, seeing people smoking them, and they're like, oh yeah, they're not a bad budget cigar, and blah blah blah. And
I mean, I think it's their answer to the fact that he smokes, right?
It gets me of what do we class as a budget cigar? Now, to me, Emily just put, if the pinky goes up, he needs a cup of British tea. Yeah, and now you've started there. Because I can see Grumpy's cogs working in his head. He's going to mention something about the tea party and all the rest. I can see it. His cogs are working. I smoked that. It was good. I'm smoking a DBL. Okay, Andrew. Cool. Nice. Enjoy your cigar, my brother, and thank you for being here. So, yeah, what makes a budget cigar? And it's a hard one because there's so many companies that are making affordable cigars at a price that we can afford. So, like Drew Estate, for instance, with the factory smokes, CAA now with the surplus. Of course, Boaventura, what they are doing with the particular series that I'm smoking. You look at Asylum with the Schizo, that's a budget Cuban sandwich cigar. There's so many that are producing them. But what are people thinking of what classifies a budget cigar? What is it that classifies it, Matthew?
So, all right, I'm going to be a little bit general here and say that I classify anything that I can get, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's normally that way, because there are ways to get stuff a little less. I qualify budget as anything I can get for $4 and less.
Yes.
And I'm in the U.S., so that's how I'm able to do it. Gas, you're over there. You're probably at 12 and under.
I'm the fucking rest.
I mean, and for instance, this guy comes in a pack of 20, and it's 2-ish per. So that's a pretty damn good deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying not to get, us dropped off of YouTube, so I'm not trying to be too specific.
The thing is, right, I picked 10 pack of these up, and it was a reasonable price, right? Let me put it that way. Reasonable price.
What are the size of those, by the way?
They are, I think, 5x50. Yeah, 5x50. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So a good Robusto, and you're getting 10 of them in a pack, and it's not a bad price. When we spoke about it before, and we've gone over it, it's like
that's the exact same size as this, 5x50.
Yeah, that's reasonable for me. It is, and the thing is with me as well. If I'm smoking one of these and I'm out, and the wind catches it, I don't really care if the wind catches it, or if I miss late on a chair or something because I'm busy, or I leave it outside because I've got come rush in the house or something. Now, if I'm having, say for instance, a Stallone, or I'm having a Honeybee, or I'm having a Boulevard or a CAO, something that we class is the next level up from budget, right? Yeah, like an Amazon Basin. I'd be fucking crying if I left that outside and it got ruined. Where this, it's like, don't get me wrong, I still enjoy it. It's a fantastic cigar, but I haven't got a worry of, well, that's just cost me this amount of money. Where this, it hasn't. It's less of a thing on your old wallet at the end of the day that you don't have to really worry about, is it, with budget cigar? Where, as we know with the rest, it's like, ooh, how much did we pay for that? Ooh, yeah. This could be getting us in shit with the misses. Good.
I do have some notes on this thing. So I want to get some notes because I'm intrigued by what I'm getting. Again, it is what it is. It's not special, but so it is the Sumatran wrapper and binder, Ecuadorian Sumatran binder and wrapper, and it's got Dominican fillers. And it's kind of one note.
Yep.
But that one note is enjoyable. I like the fact that the sweetness is very underplayed. It's not like overly aggressive. Like it's not like I'm sucking on a one of those dipsticks or whatever. You know those candies. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep, I know what you mean. I do.
Like it's not that bad. So honestly, I would smoke way more of these if I get a deal.
Well, let me ask you.
Let me ask you
this one. Because we smoked them by Drew Estate, the Deadwood series. Would you class the Deadwoods as in that budget kind of thing, because their prices to me are reasonable. There's
No.
To me, they're like, well, they could be, they couldn't be. It's like they're in two ways of how they are to me with them.
So Deadwood are one of those ones, and the reason I say no is because I never see those drop on like discount. I never see them on sale.
Never.
They're always like in the $7 to $8 range, or even more if you get a bigger one.
10
which
to 12.
I mean, it's still what I would consider a value.
Yep.
But it's not budget. You know what I mean? And I mean, like, there are guys who are like, I only smoke $40 cigars, so a $12 cigar is a budget for me. And those guys are douchebags.
Yep.
And if you're out there and you're watching, you tell me to fuck off to my face. I want to see it. Come on, bring it.
I think a lot of people, right, especially in the community of cigars, is they don't worry about money, what they pay on a cigar. So they'll go and pay 50, they'll go and pay 60, so forth, right? They don't care if they got a lighter that's in the thousands, if they got a, of course, cutter in the thousands. And we know them kind of people, and you know something? They're on a show and the big ads. So let them crack on. Because in my eyes, it doesn't matter what you smoke. The thing is, it's not a case of this is a show-off piece. And that's what a lot of cigar smokers are doing now, where they'll buy a Cohiba, or they'll buy a Monte Cristo, or they'll go and buy a Dia Padron. Oh, look what I'm smoking. Oh, look at this. Oh, look. It's a case of, well, it's a show-off piece. You're showing off because, oh, look at me, I've got this kind of money. To me, budget cigars I enjoy because I don't always have the necessable income of I can go and buy this amount of cigars for this. So that's why I have to go and get budget. Because to me, I want something that's there, handy to smoke.
I also feel like, especially in the whiskey world. So like, I like very, very nice, expensive whiskeys sometimes, but I also like what I'm drinking tonight. Early Times Bottled and Bond, which is like, I don't know, like less than 30 for a liter.
I
Yes,
like Buffalo Trace.
It's not expensive at all.
And especially that price.
It never has been, though. Early time.
No.
Never has been.
It's like, or Rittenhouse Rye. Again.
Yeah, but like cheap. I said, Buffalo Trace, dirt cheap compared to some of the prices of whiskey over here. It is.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. Like, budget doesn't mean bad. Like, this whiskey is really good, actually. Some people, like, there are people who will sit in forums and argue about how the old Early Times with the black plastic cap is better than the current Early Times with the blue metal cap. But, I mean, they're still good. Both of them are still good. They're still buying both if they can find them. Like, it's really silly. Like, it's a budget whiskey, guys. Chill the hell out. Like, I don't get it. It's like people get like all pumped out about what you're drinking there, the Buffalo Trace. People gush over Buffalo Trace, and it's like it is the low end. I mean, it's not the lowest end. The lowest end is Benchmark out of Buffalo Trace, but but it's the lower end of Buffalo Trace, and it's like. The only reason it's special is because not everybody can get it because our third-party system and the liquor control fucking is awful here in the United States. Mm-hmm. But that's a whole nother ballgame of politics and bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that true?
Same as the Jeffrey Epstein files.
Ain't that the
We're
truth?
not talking about that. Why do we keep talking about that?
Because Grumpy brought it up.
I
He did.
because I went redacted.
Grump.
Yeah, he got redacted for a minute.
What makes a cubie? What makes a Cuban sandwich? Now we ain't talking about 2 pieces of bread, some salami, and all the rest, putting tomato on it and doing a sandwich. We are on about cigars. What makes a Cuban sandwich, brother?
And a Cuban sandwich is a totally different thing, but also delicious.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But what makes a Cuban sandwich in a cigar, bro?
Well, it ain't blowing smoke rings.
Well, he asked you.
He didn't ask me nothing.
I did. I said, Grumpy, what makes a Cuban sandwich, brother?
2 pieces of bread.
All right, I'll answer the question.
Some good spicy mustard.
Accurate. All right. Well, let's finish on the Cuban sandwich.
It's all in the fillers, man. The construction of the fillers. I'm not sure the proper way to articulate it. Long fillers are your long single leaves that are put together and bunched. That's your long fillers. Cuban sandwiches, from my understanding, is some shorter.
Yep.
And it's wrapped different or bunched different. However you want to say that.
How I understand it.
Yeah.
Is that
my words ain't coming
a mixture of like a long filler mixed with the trimmings, like all the little bits that they cut off of the long fillers.
Yeah.
In the process, and that's how I understand it. And if they're doing it right, they do what this one does, and it smokes a straight line all the way down. Yeah. But it's not always possible because it's people.
Yeah, but as we know with the trimmings, right? There's the short filler, as we go into. People normally say this. It's a Cuban sandwich. Oh, it's that short filler. It's all the scraps they chuck on the floor that they're chucking in the cigars. No. True or false?
I say false.
I say false. What about you, Grump?
Only because they're not chucking them on the floor, in my opinion.
Is it all the trimmings off the floor that they put in the cigar?
I don't think they're sweeping the floor and then rolling it and smoking it. No.
So if you look at the Quorum line, right, by Jason Newman and Corman have the Brickhouse trimmings in them. They've also got, of course, the American trimmings in them. And that's what the Quorum series of cigars is by Jason Newman. It's short filler, mixed with a little bit of long, and it has got the trimmings from the Brickhouse cigars and, of course, the Americans that they make. To me, if it's put together solidly, like, of course, this one, like Matthews and Grumpy's, it's brilliant. Now, don't get me wrong, there is some that they use the short filler and the ash is constantly dropping. You're having that construction issue. You're having a bit of burn issue. To me, with them issues, would it put you guys off smoking that budget cigar again? To me, it's a case of, it's going to happen. It's the process. Is it going to put me off? Now I'll go and try it again. And don't get me wrong, I've had problems with these before where I've had a bit of burn issue, ash issue, and different things. But to me, it's still great. Still a great cigar. I enjoy it.
Yeah, like, for instance, I had a bundle of the Aganorsa leaf new Cubas. Those are, again, another Cuban sandwich. They're a little pricier. They're in like the 50 to 60 range for a bundle of 25. but it's still not bad. And it's like, which actually I guess that isn't much more expensive thinking about it because it's about $1.25. But anyway, I smoked a whole bunch of those, and most of them smoke fine. Occasionally I get one that would canoe or whatever, but most of them were fully enjoyable while I was doing yard work or, while I just want to smoke something and not think about it. That's why I always have budget cigars around, because I'm going to smoke every day nowadays anyways. I don't necessarily need to smoke something special every day or
Exactly.
even, all day.
So I've got a list. I've got a list, and I want your opinions right on this.
Okay.
So we've got from recommended UK/general, and some of these are going to be UK, some of them aren't, right? So we've got Quorum, Classic and Shade. That's classed as a budget. Would you agree?
Yeah, Quorum's
Yeah, that's a budget cigar all day long.
Brickhouse are known as a budget cigar. Would you agree on Brickhouse?
Brickhouse Fumas or just regular Brickhouse?
Just regular Brickhouse, it says. Regular Brickhouse. Known for its solid construction and flavour.
Not here. I wouldn't call them budget here.
I wouldn't either,
there,
especially for the price of them. They're not budget to me, they're not.
No.
So we can take that one off this. That shouldn't be on that list. Then we've got Chinchorella. Well, Chinchorella are the ones that I've smoked, and they are budget. It's one of the cheapest cigars that Chinchorella do in its Nicaraguan blend. So next up, we've got the La Invicta, which is, of course, another one on the UK market. To me, yeah, that one is. It's from Nicaragua, and it does have Honduran tobacco in it. It's popular. It's an accessible choice in the UK market to get. So up next, which, of course, is going to be in the States as well as the UK, Drew Estate Factory Smokes. Excellent, affordable option for bundle smokers. That's definitely right with the description on that, isn't it? At the end of the day, It is.
Except for I think you pay way too much for them.
We do, and that's because of tax and different things. We've also got down here, there's Juliana, which Juliana is another affordable budget cigar here in the UK. Then we've got Villa Samarone, I think. Never heard of that one. And then Romeo Giulietta Millet Fluez, which is an entry-level Cuban option, which, And then, of course, as I normally have, the Henry Winterman Half Coronas, which, of course, are made by General. Then you've got the signatures, aren't you? And even in the US, you have them Cafe Creme cigars, which are the really low end, and then Royal Dutch ones and so forth. But it says here, tips for looking. So look for bundles. Purchasing bundles rather than boxes often reduces the price per stick. Try samples. Budget sampler packs allow for trying multiple new and affordable options. And then it says, of course, checking out your different sites in the States and the UK. And, of course, we're not going to mention which ones to go and visit. But there is. And I tell you one thing, what I really, really, really digged was, of course, Ash and Vine down there in Fort Lauderdale. So big shout out to Ash and Vine. In their cigar lounge, they have a budget bin. And it's a big, massive box full of cigars where you can get them for $5, basically. So $5. You think $5 for a budget cigar. And I tell you now, some of the cigars that were pulled out of there was crazy. Like I say, Rocky Patel Prohibition.
Right.
Don Barton Tobacco Trust. Drew Estate. It was crazy. I could spend all day just digging through that, EP Carrillo, you name it, and put $50 into that and go, I'm happy with that, with what I've just got. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
It is.
Yeah, see, they got one of those up there at the B&M in Dothan that I go to up there at the tobacco shop. They got a tub in there that's $6. It's the price on it. But you don't know what they are because they don't leave any bands on them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
See,
That's
see
tricky.
these all had the
They
these all had
just
bands on.
cigars in a tub, all sizes, all shapes, colors, but no bands. So you don't know what you're getting, but it's $6 a stick for whatever's in that tub.
It's
So
something.
I would stay away from that.
yeah,
I'd stay away from that. But when I was saying about Ash and Vine, when you think of it, they've got all the bands on, and that was the crazy thing. And I'd get sent to post and like, oh, well, do you want this one? Do you want that one? And I'd be like, yep, I'll have that one. Yeah, I'll have that one. And before you knew it, you were spending some money down at Ash and Vine. And I tell you now, as we know, that last shipment that I was having, that was going to get sent and then got destroyed by, of course, the postal service. Yeah, what a crazy thing that was when it happened. But you think of some of the cigars in that, it was crazy. It was, and this is the thing. There's so many. Now, to me, I'd go into my local cigar lounge, see if they've got something like that, because you're going to be looking at a good time, having a dig around, seeing what you can get. And sometimes it's not the fact of the cigar hasn't sold. It's not the fact of the cigar isn't good enough. It's just sometimes you just get put in there. It is. And I tell you now, this was one that I had. I had 2 Nika Rusticas broadleaf in the $5. I had, of course, the Prohibitions. I had an Alec Bradley Tempest, a Punch Grand Puro. I also had a Cavalier. I also had another Prohibition, which of course was the San Andreas. I had the Heritage, which was the not Don Barton, sorry. It's the cigar factory that's now just making pipes. I will get back to you with that one. Arturo Fuente, like I say, Don Pepin Garcia by my father, that was in that bin, and it's like you can't moan at that. What was in it? You think some of them cigars NSRP are ranging 15, 16, going up?
Yeah,
in a $5 bin. It just blew my head, that did, with what I got in there. And this is the thing that I've said to like Sam. I'm like, do you think we could ever do a $5 bin? Nope. It's like the other one that I had. You're looking in that one. I had LFD. Other my fathers, I had, of course, Aganorsa in there. I had Joy de Nicaragua in there. Oliva, Drew Estate, Tatawahe, San Cristobal's, Epic. It was crazy that I got in that one. It was.
And that's why you should just move to the U.S.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there is that. There is.
But yeah, man, I love that. The other thing I like to do at a local shop is, excuse me,
choke.
See whatever their hand roll, their farm rolls, their locals, locally sourced product is. You know what I mean? Like, obviously it's not tobacco from around here, but it's like some kind of unbanded or unnamed cigar that made for that shop.
Yeah.
Usually a little bit above my budget mark, but like always solid cigars, always full long filler. And if you find one that you really love in those shops, that can be your main go-to.
Oh yeah, But you've got them in the shops, and there's Grumpy. Them ones that you had, Grump, which were undisclosed cigars that you got from them factory throwouts from that website. They were a budget cigar, as you would say, and they were fantastic, brother. They were.
Yeah. I find a lot like I grab a lot of bundles like that because, like I say, I don't have to have something special every day.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
I mean, there's even days where I smoke a backwoods.
Doing that too. You made me throw it down, man. Like
I
you
just want
choked
to
me
say
up
as well. Thoughts go out.
Maybe be truthful there.
Well, thoughts go out, of course, to the Sensius Cigars over the weekend. As we know, there was a big, massive fire at one of the facilities that they've got, of course. It was a fermentation barn, and over 5 million in product that I believe that went up. And there's pictures today showing, of course, the firefighters, and they thought it, but they lost the whole building and the whole tobacco that was in there. And it's crazy, but we've also got to look at it on another process of the factories that have turned around, supplied tobacco back to them, helped them get back on. And this isn't going to be a case of the barn's not coming back. The barn will be built straight back and they won't see much. But, yeah, thoughts go out to him at that time, like, of course, when AJ had his, and we said to AJ, we felt for him with everything that was going on. It's just a crazy, crazy time when you have a fire and you lose that amount of product and you're like, damn, where do we go from now? And how do we recoup and do this? And like I say, thoughts go out to Percentia at this time. They do as well. And then it all went quiet. You can see the tumbleweed going across the screen.
Be quiet. We're making a highlight film.
I'm tired today. What was I going to say?
I don't know. I wasn't in there to see what went by. I don't know.
I think it was the gerbil.
Spinning the wheel on drive.
I tell you, this has just been a crazy week.
It has.
So I'm happy that we are here on Tuesday. I'm happy we got to put on our show. I don't remember what it was that I said was my goal. Remember the other day we talked about goals?
Did we?
Your goal was that you were going to be reaching out to more guests and doing more, which you've done.
I did.
You did your goal. Yeah, you did your goal. And Grumpy's goal, of course, was to focus on his show. And Grumpy's been focusing there on the Grumpy's Coffee Talk Show, which, Grump, you know something? I think you should change your handle from Grumpy Cigar Preacher, the tinfoil hat, to Grumpy's Coffee Talk Show. I think you should put that there so people know where they can, of course, grab you and look at your show. And, of course, you can grab the show now on Rumble, and you can also catch it on YouTube. So if you look on YouTube, you can also catch it there, you can. And Grumpy's been doing that. My goal, of course, Andrew's put, we do feel for him. So, of course, Andrew feels as well for the percentages also.
Yeah, man.
I think my goal was to look at doing more behind the scenes with the podcast and creating the shorts, getting stuff put out on time and doing stuff like that. I know over the last couple of days, I've been going live something crazy on Instagram. Like I say, I joined Medri Thierry Cigars and spoke to John, the owner. Then I was live the night after that with Grumpy. Then last night, we were live, and of course, the cigar chef joined us. And then we had Jersey to Vegas Cigars on with us. And yeah, we've been doing some been doing some stuff, haven't we? And really getting some content out over the last couple of days we have for people to watch, and hopefully people have been enjoying it, because that's what it's about. People enjoying what we're bringing. And we've got plenty of more guests coming onto the show. And we're going to be stepping into some different realms. And I know we haven't told many people about it, but this was an idea that we had way back last year. And it's so hard to try and get it, but we're going to be doing it. And we're going to be also stepping around some whiskey. So we're going to be talking a little bit about whiskey, giving some of our thoughts on pairings with whiskey, me and Matthew. And you never know, we may have some whiskey guests coming. So you're going to have to keep your eyes open for that. And then, of course, this year we're going to be pushing our cigar. And Grump, for anyone who didn't hear last week or hasn't heard any of the lives, tell them about what the Cigar Loons cigar collaboration with Honeybee Cigars is going to be.
Well, I'll tell you the name of it. It's going to be Mystic Honey. It's what we're going to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And it is going to be a barber pole.
That's it. Don't tell no more.
Exactly.
It's undisclosed.
You ask, and then when you're just a fickle old fella. So,
well, he's picky. What do you want?
Yeah, I wouldn't have even told him it's going to be a barber pole. I wouldn't have even told him that bit. See,
we're skipping ahead.
Yeah, you're getting these little juicy bits. But it's going to be, of course, Mr. Connie. It is going to be a barber pole that we're going to be putting together. It's going to be full-bodied. We ain't going to tell you what the binder is. We ain't going to tell you what the filler is.
Okay.
We might not even tell you that. We might just keep it.
We might not ever.
Yeah, might just keep it undisclosed. We might. Well, it's going to be a fantastic thing. We are excited to be working with Brie, of course, our sponsor of the podcast, and we're putting this together. And something, it's been a lifelong dream for us since we started this, to do something like this, and we got the opportunity now, so we can't wait. But something, I'm looking forward to do what else we've got coming this year. And of course, we're not going to name who we've got coming, but
I was gonna.
Out to the guests that we've got lined up.
Go ahead.
Which date are you? Well, which month are you looking forward to with the guests that we've got? Which
month am I looking forward to? Now I have to look at pictures.
Because with February, we've got March, we've got April.
Well, this month has been pretty cool, except for.
Yeah,
but that's all right. Next month is really interesting. We're stepping outside the box a little bit.
Well, we're stepping definitely outside the box.
I think April is going to look really nice. So far, there's a couple, and might have a third popping in there.
Yep. Well, we're getting pretty busy with what we've got coming, aren't we? We're getting pretty busy with what we've got coming, and the dates booked. And I think mine, as long as nothing pops up for him, and he isn't bad, is going to be sitting down with Darren and the Foundry.
Yeah.
And talking to them guys, and of course talking about men's mental health more, talking about what the Foundry is here in the UK, because Darren's going to be making the move to Kansas very soon, and he's on about bringing the Foundry group, well, the core principles of the Foundry, and bringing it to the States. And what he does is they go into schools and talk to the lads in the schools and tell them about which different groups they can join, different things. They also do a lot of volunteering work, so they'll go to sports clubs if they need a hand. They'll go and repair stuff in the woods and different things to get together and have the cigars and stories night where they have a fire and sit around it smoking a cigar. So it's going to be great to hear about that and how Darren's going to be bringing that to the States. And he's looking at bringing it and different things. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that one and sitting down with Daz. As well as sitting down with the rest of the guests. And I just do want to put out, as of course we're doing the show now, for anyone who's coming and they're thinking they're going to see Joe. Basically, Joe had a family emergency tonight and couldn't make tonight. So what we're going to be doing, we are rescheduling with Joe, and then we will be back with Joe, and then we'll be talking about Boulevard Cigars. And like I say, it was just a look at the draw tonight. Look at the draw. It couldn't be helped. It couldn't.
Yeah. These things happen. We understand. We've had to cancel a night or two before too.
Yep.
As a family emergency.
Yep.
These things, they can't be avoided. I will say that I think we have stepped up our game this year as far as bringing in some new interesting guests. We're going to try to get even more. I'm looking forward to really leaning on some of the whiskey stuff this year because that's my strong suit. And I'm really hoping that we are able to kind of broaden everybody's mind about some of that because, just hearing it from me, somebody who loves it and is passionate about it, but I'm not trained. I'm not a sommelier. But
yeah,
I can make you one. No,
there might be one coming on. So
$39.95. I got you. I'll link it below.
For whiskey, it's a lot different than that one you're referring to.
Yeah, leave me up here in the corner. Just leave me up here in the corner.
What's the word? We're in damage control right now, so let's not.
You know something? I gotta say this. With whiskey, I am one of them kind of people that I enjoy it. Do I know some of the processes with it? I've heard some of the processes with it, but I enjoy drinking it. And this is going to be interesting. When we get more into this, we're doing this eventually on the podcast. We're going to know more about that side.
Well, yeah,
of course, we know with cigars because of who we talk to, and they tell us different things of the cigars and some of the different processes and stuff. It's going to be new. I think one of my biggest things is, especially this year, is start stepping down a little bit more and like releasing the range, because a lot of the time it was like I'd be booking guests, doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, and before I know it, I'd be totally burnt out. And that's always been the thing of I wanted to try and do this, reach out, because I knew, of course, you were busy, Matthew. I know Grumpy was busy. And it's like now, of course, as I've got things going on with Emily being bad, there's my brothers are there to help me and do this. And that's why, of course, hats off to you guys for your booking and stuff and who you're getting. And you know something, if it wasn't for the 3 hours, this wouldn't be going. The 3 hours are what keep driving to say, right, well, what if we had this guest? No, let's reach out. And bang, they reach back. Yeah, let's get it booked in. Well, what about this idea? Yeah, okay. And then Grumpy will go, well, shall we go down this rabbit hole? Yeah, bro, we'll go down it. And we go down it. And that's the thing. It's an interesting time. And everyone in the cigar community is trying to bring something out. It's like the leaf cutters. They're trying to do something different. Real Smoke Podcast are trying to do something different. The cigar dudes are trying to do something different. Leaf and Ash Podcast are trying to do something different. Everyone's in this case of now, what can we do to change? What can we bring in different? What can we do? Where do we want to be next year? Where do we want to be this year? My biggest thing this year is within 3 years of doing this, in August, I'd like to see our Instagram account increase with followers.
Yeah.
I'd like to see our YouTube increase. I'd like to see our Rumble increase, our Spotify increase. Because they need a hand. And the thing is, we ain't going to charge you for Patreon and say, come to Patreon. We got some hidden extras for you if you pay us $30 a month. Come to Patreon. We ain't going to do that. If you want them extras, they're going to be live on this podcast on a Tuesday night when we're live. You're going to get them behind the scenes extras for the questions we ask. Original, hardcore podcast that we answer the question, we ask the questions, and we get the answers.
No, I don't know about that hardcore thing.
Well, the thing is, we've been.
That means something like you gotta be serious or something.
Yeah, but we've been original since day one. Been original since day one, asking the questions.
Hey, I ain't no problem with that.
And being how we are.
If you can clone this, you know.
Well, God help us if we clone you. Frig me, Grump. Oof. We don't need two of you, brother. One of you is enough to control. Two of you? Holy shit.
One of me gets in enough trouble all by myself.
I was gonna say, I think if we're worried about cloning anybody, I think the one we gotta worry about is the guy up there.
Probably, yeah.
He's a scary one.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a little army of gases running around?
No.
Nobody needs two of me for the shit what I've caused over the years.
Be like Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, yeah.
But then,
that would be a bad movie.
Did you say there is clones around?
Yeah.
As we know when we've gone down some of these conspiracy theories, there's supposedly clones around.
This is even a pretty good cigar too.
So what do you think of that cigar, Grump? And Matthew, what do you think of him?
Funny you should ask this late in the game.
That's why I don't wait till he asks.
I think I'm gonna have to stop waiting.
I'm probably getting close to finishing up, and honestly, it's been a very enjoyable smoke. It didn't get bitter or anything. It's been solid burn line all the way across. I've only had to touch it up a few times, and that's just because I'm super anal about it.
Yep.
You know, it's been an enjoyable smoke. I seriously can't complain.
I'll be backing them in, guys.
As far as budget smokes go, I'm definitely gonna look to pick some more up when I'm at my current budget, like stock up. Yeah, I could see having like, I think I saw a sampler of these where you get like 4 of each kind on one of the sites. That would be a cool one to grab. Just so I have like just a sampler here and there, just to pick one up and smoke and enjoy. You know, I have my little punches that I love, the London clubs. Those are my, you know, my daily driver, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, where are these moths coming from? Anyway,
LA whiskey bottles you got sitting around.
Well, currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 9 on the table with me, but all the lids are on. So,
well,
and like 1, 2, 3, 3 of them are empty.
That's where your moths are coming from.
I've been finishing off some old stock, you know.
Yeah.
Trying to get rid of the ones that I don't really like, I need to replace, or just what was that?
I don't know. I think the child found the toy box or something. I don't know. Yeah, see, mysteriously he's back.
Thought maybe
I had to go for an old man wee. Sorry, I had to go for a wee. When
that's what that sounded like.
But yeah, this Maduro is not bad at all. It's that Mexican San Andreas wrapper.
Mm-hmm.
It had. Let me see here. It's got the Olor Dominican Olor filler in it. Ecuadorian Sumatra binder.
Nice.
And I mean, it has a real nice chocolate. Has that real nice espresso, and it does have a little bit of spicy to it, but it's
Well,
nothing. You know.
let me ask you this one then, guys, because you're smoking it now. Would you say this belongs in the CAO line as a surplus and have the CAO name because of what CAO produces? We know they produce fantastic cigars. Where would you put this in that, or say, yeah, you know what, it's not one that should be in the CAO line? How would you put it?
I personally think it fits fine. It's not like is it a consigliere? No, but it is a very solid cigar that again, I could see myself going back to. I'm super not picky when it comes to my daily smokers, and it's like, so when it comes to like, I don't know where you're going with that, but I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah.
But like, am I gravitated, drawn towards a certain type of cigar? Yes. Does this fit that bill? It's more of a medium. This one's more of a medium, mild to medium.
Hey, the cigar chef, if you're right, brother.
It's way more interesting than I expected it to be, man. I'm just gonna say that. I mean, I'm not hyping it up. It's not anything special, but it doesn't. There's nothing that this cigar does that makes me say it's not worthy of the CAO name.
Yeah, I get that. And like I said, I've just put a shout out there to the cigar chef and Cigar Club It because they've just joined us over on Instagram. If anyone's got anything that they want to ask us, then by all means, come and check us over on YouTube at the Cigar Loons podcast and give us a comment or ask us a question. And we'll post it on screen while we're still live. And we'll try and answer it. I think for me, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to have a look around the UK to see what other cigars, budget-wise, I have not tried. And I think I'm going to try some. And I'm going to see how they compete with some of their other cigars in their line. And see if it should be in their line of a budget or not. Because people will go and trash the Corums and say, Corum, it shouldn't be done by J.C. Newman. It's a shit cigar. It tastes like ass. It tastes like this. It's shit. But to me, I've had some Corums and they ain't been bad. They ain't. It's like
actually one I
GQ.
haven't tried.
GQ have got their own budget line, the Two Smoking Barrels. It's a good cigar. It's Connecticut. Okay, it's Connecticut. But I tell you one thing, it's a nice tasting fucking cigar. And I've enjoyed it. And you can't fault the price for it. GQ's line of their budget homemade cigars are not bad whatsoever. And people have shit on them and said they're bad. And even Sam said, my cigars are crap. And I'm like, seriously? How many of you smoked? Only a couple. I'm like, you won't go and try them again. And I said to him after last week's show, where I smoked that Maduro by him, I was like, brother, I said, what the fuck have you done in this cigar? He's like, why? What do you mean? I said, it tasted different to any of the others that I smoked. I'm like, if you'd gone back to the drawing board and had the tobacco aged more, he goes, no, he says, it's the same as what we've always had. I'm like, brother, so that's changed compared to the originals. I said, them originals, I said, were so harsh and horrible. I said, I wouldn't have ever picked another one up. He's like, yeah, I remember you saying that. But we've just had a comment we have. So, Cigar Chef.
Chief.
Cigar Chef's here. Me too. I have had to use a draw tool on Quorum, but not a bad taste. So that's the Cigar Chef. And thanks for joining us over here, Cigar Chef.
Chief.
It was an absolute pleasure sitting down with you last night. Me and Grumpy having a great chat with you. And
Chief.
you know something? I had a thought a little bit ago. And yeah, I know. Me and me mad thoughts. Oh, fuck me. Here we go.
What? I wasn't fucking there.
Yeah, Matthew wasn't there.
No, neither were you, Grump. I'm just sitting here and having these mad thoughts.
No,
I was
we're talking
there.
about last night.
Yeah, you were
last
there,
night.
but you weren't there with Cigar Chef. You came last
Chief.
minute. Cigar
Chief.
I
Chief,
came
sorry.
right
Chief.
before he left.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got there before it was all over with.
Yeah, before it was all over. Yeah. Sorry,
Damn,
Matthew.
man.
Oh, shit the fuck up. Don't start on me. But you know something? It's like after getting off with Cigar Chief last night,
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to bring him on as a guest and sit down with him and talk about how he's infusing cigars now, because as we know where he is, there's different things, of course, with the laws that are changing the infusion of cigars, and he's starting to infuse his own. So it'd be nice to have him on, talk about that, and also he's a registered cigar sommelier. So basically talking to him about that. And he's also rolling his cigars at home, and he's rolling his own cigars. And last night he's got,
On the grill.
I think it's 40. I think it was number 48. Wasn't it last night he smoked? I think I'm not too sure.
I don't know.
And he's got so many cigars sitting in his humidor room, and he's taking the bands off, put them in envelopes, and he's smoking the cigar and trying to guess what the cigar is.
64, 65 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And that's unique. And talking to him about that. So, and also for anyone listening, the Cigar Loons are invading a podcast. Invading.
We
Yeah.
sure are.
The leaf cutters have finally pulled the finger out the arsehole and give us a date. So we're going to be live with the leaf cutter guys. So shout out to our brothers, the leaf cutters. Hey.
Oh, fine.
What a way to say it. Total of 68.
Total of
That's
68.
crazy.
Yeah. And last night was number 64. It would be a pleasure.
Yeah, I knew it was 60 something.
Yeah.
Sorry, missed it by a little bit.
But yeah, sitting down with the leaf cutters, of course, got to put a big shout out to the leaf cutters guys. They had me sit on there yesterday with them as they were live, and we had a great chat about cigars, different things. And of course, they sent us a message yesterday, and they're like, so shall we get a date sorted? And I'm like, yeah, bro, we're down for it. So we're going to be live with the leaf cutters. So as soon as it gets to that date, hey up, DA. As soon as it gets to the date with the leaf cutters, then we'll post it, of course, on our Instagram as we're going to be live with them, what time it is, and come and check that out with them. But of course, DA, what is your favourite budget cigar? And this goes out to you as well, the Cigar Chef, and you as well, Andrew. What is your favourite budget cigar that you would go to? Because, of course, we're talking about budget cigars, pros and cons to that. I tell you one thing: if no one's had the Ventura, the Pedicolo series, yeah, you definitely need to try it. Well, I just want to say I had to Cigars Whiskey Sydney. I had to, of course, Driver Gents Bourbon. So hi to Driver Gents Bourbon, who's joined us there on Instagram.
Oh, this ought to
And
be
to everyone
illegal.
who's popping in.
I leave the seconds. Yes, they are. They're very good. I've been known to grab a bundle of those a time or two myself.
Alivas are good. You know something?
They do. Them seconds. Yeah.
What about
Silent
Asylum Schizos? Because when I originally saw this, they were coming over here in the UK. I messaged you, didn't I, Matthew? And I said to you, Grumpy, about them, and I'm like, are they any good, brothers? And you're like, yeah, go and try them. They're a Cuban sandwich, but go and try them. And you know something? I enjoyed them. I thought they were good. I did.
Yeah, those Schizos are pretty good cigars. They're not bad at all.
All right.
Protege. Yeah,
Yep.
I don't know what a
It's not
protege
cigar
is.
chef, but
I think I've had one of those. It's not something I've had a lot of. But
you know
now,
how crazy this. I'm gonna go sideways now. This is how crazy it is, Matthew. Right? When me and Grumpy were sitting the other day, and we're going through his YouTube channel,
Mm-hmm.
this crazy old fool only went and smoked the Pony by Stallone Cigars last year and forgot all about it. And he goes, "I've never had a Stallone cigar."
You're fucking.
I told him, I said the only way that could have happened was when I was getting those boxes from Small Batch that just had 50 random cigars for $100.
Right.
Yeah, it had to be.
Andrews,
It had to be one of those. I did that. When I got that.
Andrews just hit it there with Rocky Patel. So Rocky Patel Seed to Smoke, which was their budget cigar before, of course, they did the $100 cigar that they were going to do.
Yeah.
I smoked them, and you know something? They aren't a bad Rocky Patel, them Seed to Smoke. You're okay.
Yeah.
It's a Cuban sandwich, but they aren't a bad one. I think it depends on how you're feeling about them and if you enjoy budget or if you've got the money to go and splurge on cigars. I know with us, as regular cigar smokers, sometimes we haven't got that extra splurge that we can go and pay for a $50 cigar or a $60 cigar or a $70 cigar, or
Right.
get the biggest humidor with over 50 cigars in it for over $2,000. We can't do that kind of thing. So that's when we do have to step into the realm of budget-friendly cigars for our wallet at the end of the day. It is.
Yes.
Well, that's something like with these coming out now. And just like
just had a question as well. So go on, Grump. You say that, and then we'll answer.
yeah,
the
it's like
question from
DEA was talking about, with the Oliva seconds, and like
Yep.
Y'all know I grab a bundle of those every now and then. But
Oh, yeah.
now that these options are out, if they're going to be in within the same price range, $5-10, either side of what I'm doing with the Oliva seconds, then I mean, and then like you said, Matthew, you were talking about that 16 or 15 or 16 or whatever it was that had like so many of each one, the sampler.
Yeah.
That would be something I would be very interested in as far as the surplus goes, because
Yep.
I mean, we've got one of each to try here, but I mean, yeah, I mean, if I could get a bundle of 3 or 4 of each in that same price range, well, yeah, because this is it's an excellent little cigar. I mean,
So,
there's not a thing wrong with it.
DA's question there. What do you guys think of Jewish State factory smokes? From me personally, I've had the sweets, I've had the Maduro, and I enjoy them. You know something? It's, to me, they're not bad. They're not bad. They're a great little cigar to have if you haven't got anything in that expensive range that you like to grab. They are easy to grab. The only thing
they're very good
is the price point for me in the UK. That's why I don't get them. It's the price point here. But what about you, Grump, and what about you, Matthew, on that one?
Factory smokes, but and like I said, this right here is like an answer to that, an alternative to that. Because these are going to be pretty much right around that same price range.
Mm-hmm.
But and over here, because unlike you guys where you have to pay an arm and a leg for anything, the Drew Estate,
that's for you.
Yeah,
I'm sending you direct.
I know, but see, Drew Estate factory smokes over here, for the price point they're set at, are actually, you know, they're pretty good smokes. You know,
Brother, you can't moan for a bundle. Fuck me, you can't moan at the price for a bundle.
I mean,
of
you
factory
can't.
smokes. You
But
can't.
I'm starting to think that this CAO surplus line is going to be a, you know,
Going to be
it's
a
going to
regular
be a nice, it's going to be a nice alternative to be running right up there for, you know, maybe a minor difference in price. That
I
you know,
think.
Yeah.
Sorry, Grump. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Well,
Well,
let's just before you do, Matthew, the cigar
Yeah.
chef, the cigar chef. I'll tell you one thing, cigar chief. I need some peepers. I need some glasses. I enjoy them, but again, have had minor draw issues. I've had one split or show canoeing. Yeah, like I get that. But go on, Matthew, your point on Drew Estate, bro.
So it's been a while since I've had a factory smoke, and I feel like in order to compare them, I'm gonna have to get one of each and one of each of the CAOs and put them up against each other. Because right now, in my memory, I'm feeling like CAO Sweet edged out the factory smoke Sweet in my head, but it's a recency bias kind of situation, I think. So I do enjoy both, and they're in the same general price range. So it's like, to me, I want to sit there and really compare them side by side, and then I can decide, you know, which one's more worth it to me. But at the same time, like, they're cheap enough that it's like, I don't know, go back and forth, switching back and forth, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
With these kind of cigars, you're not going to run into a bundle that smokes perfect all the way through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, whether or not you're lucky enough to get a bundle that's mostly great is a whole nother ballgame. You know, I really enjoyed that for what it was. I'm not writing home about it, but you know, if I'm in for a budget smoke that has a sweet tip, that was what I would look for. You know.
So over on Instagram, we've had some comments as well. I've been smoking the GTO Cigars Buna Cuban Sandwich. I find it is accessible premium smoke at a $5 MSRP a stick. Then Big Palm Smokes has put, I'm smoking an Avio Ritmo, I think it is. Yeah. So, and like DA's put here, I've also grabbed a bundle of the Watchmen. They are good.
Yeah,
also.
I'm not familiar with those, but.
And then he's also put, of course,
I think I am anyway.
To the Cigar Chief. Nice information. And then Cigar Chief has just put, that's why smoking only one and eating it is dodgy. And then he's put also rating it as dodgy. You know something? I think what would be an excellent thing for us is to sit down, the three of us, either on a podcast or just when we're shooting the shit, and smoke a factory smoke together and see what we think of them. Because as we know, we've had the opportunity of smoking some other budget-friendly cigars like tonight. You guys have, like I have. And I haven't had a factory smoke now for maybe 2 years.
It's been a minute.
Yeah,
it's been a minute since I've had
me. So I think it'd be worth trying to go back and see. And
we could go back and revisit.
He's just put fat fingers. Brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the thing. Everyone enjoys what they enjoy. And that's what it's about.
Yeah,
You've got to enjoy what you're smoking. You have.
Cigars are, you know, cigars are like any other thing in life. You know, I mean, when it comes to wine, to your whiskey, you know, to your cigars, to your women, you know, it does. But every man, you can call me crazy if you want to, It's that wisdom you keep talking about with them feet on the ground. Every man has a specific type of woman that hits his feels in places that there's that type of woman that every man has pictured in his mind, and
I don't know.
there's it's like same with cigars, same with whiskey, same with anything else in life. There's a type that you're drawn to. It's just it's a magnetic type thing. There's a type that you're drawn to.
I've had the Drew State Flying Pig.
It's a life thing.
And something, Drew State Flying Pigs are good. I've enjoyed them.
Yeah, them pigs are not bad at all.
I'm just going to read some comments there, guys, over on Instagram. So basically, the big Pram Smokes is support. Cheers, boys. Love the podcast. So thank you very much, bro. It's much appreciated. And if you do want to catch us, you can also catch us here on YouTube, because we are live on YouTube as well. The Cigar Sunset is put. The Hypnotic Sweet Tip is another $7 find, so that's a great one. And then Big Pram Smokes is also put. I like the Isle of the Soul Sweet Tip by Drew State. That's an affordable stick as well. And
that's another nice one.
I've enjoyed them. Even the Tabacs. The Tabacs are a great little cigar. The Tabacs are. And even if you look at, say, for instance, the acid range, there's some of the acids that are in that affordable class budget range-ish for some of them. And I know we aren't big fans of them because they taste a little bit like potpourri. But still, if you're in a tight bush and you got given one at an event, you'd smoke it. It's like you.
Somebody gives me any cigar, I'm smoking that.
Kentucky Fire.
I was given one for Christmas and I smoked it.
Yeah,
and you know my opinion.
You were on that like a car bonnet. You were dancing and everything, smoking it.
Yeah. So I mean,
on that like a car bonnet. That's a new one. That's a hood for those of us in the States.
Yeah, really. Car bonnet. You know what those are. You
and
stretch
if he
them
says
over.
The boot, he's talking about the trunk.
Yeah.
Yep.
The boot's the trunk,
bin,
the bonnet.
He says bin, he's talking about the trash can.
Brother, if you want to go down some, I was going up the apples and pears today and I nearly fell.
He's going up the apples and pears, huh?
That's the stairs.
Yeah, that's the stairs, exactly. Apples and pears stairs.
Apples and pears.
They like to rhyme over there.
And then, of course, I was on the Dog and Bone talking to the mother today.
I think that's the phone again, but
yeah, Dog and Bone phone.
Yeah, because the receiver looks like a dog bone.
Yep, exactly.
Sure. Or at least it used to back in the day.
Yeah, it used to. Once upon a time.
Used to when you have to dial the number and press the buttons, or of course spin for the button. You have to go 1, 2, constantly off. That was a pile of shit. That was. And
then after you go through all of that, and you dial that last number, and it goes back there to the rest, and then it goes.
Yeah. Again.
After all of that, and it's busy.
If you were going to smoke a pipe, what pipe would you smoke? Well,
I'll leave that one to you guys.
Great one, because I've had a corn cob like Grumpo's got. I've also got a GQ Briar that I enjoy, and I've also got a Peterson's Dracula Briar pipe that I enjoy. There's so many pipes, but if you were starting in pipe smoking,
plain and simple,
it's definitely going to be plain and simple on the cob pipe.
Meerschaum corn cob.
Yeah, damn right.
Meerschaum. Can't see it, but it's about wore off. But yeah. The old Meerschaum, however you want to pronounce it. Plain
They're
and
not
simple.
bad though. They're not bad though, Grump. You can basically really get a good smoke out of them. And I think with Meerschaum as well, it changes. You get a good taste. But I would say
that
if
too.
you're pipe smoking and say you're going into them flavored pipes, the flavored pipe tobacco, I should say, with cherries in it or orange peel, this or that, and then you go into just normal pipe tobacco with your Virginias and different ones, I would definitely say have two different pipes, one for infused tobacco, one for normal tobacco in the pipe, because otherwise it's going to mix that taste up in your pipe tobacco when you're smoking your pipe. It is. And I made that when I had that version. I had my corn cob, and I'm like, yeah. So I put a bit of cherry in, and then I'm like, go next day, and I'm like, oh, I want my pipe. Oh, I'll try this one. I've got a bit of normal, and I'm like, this got cherry in it. What the dish? She didn't say you got cherry in it. Yeah, I mixed it up. Heading out in a minute, guys. Great podcast. Tar, the cigar chef, chief. Fucking hell. Chief. Train your mind, guys. Chief. But yeah, brother, thanks for joining us tonight. And I've only had
You cooking, brother? You cooking?
Buffalo. I've only had one buffalo. Oh, this is my second one.
You cooking, chef? You cooking, brother?
What cigar chief? Tar, brother. Holy moly.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, I'm keeping.
How we manage, I do not know.
Yeah, I know. But
I ain't sure how we get by, but we manage.
Next week. So next week, what have we got coming up next week, guys? Because
I ain't got a clue.
I ain't got a Scooby-Doo. So next week,
I ain't got a clue, Scooby-Doo.
Well, I think next week, it may be a reach on some cigar news and may go down a rabbit hole or two. We might, because I've heard a rumor. There's Alvis is dead again.
Oh,
again?
Yeah.
How many times is that guy gonna die?
Did the preacher kick out?
Mr. Bob Joyce. Yeah, Mr. Bob Joyce supposed to get out.
Well, I ain't seen nothing about that now. Of course, now I've seen Jesse Jackson and
Jesse
Robert Duvall
as well. Yeah,
Robert Duvall.
Dang.
Yeah.
Augustus, man. Augustus.
You know something? He played some good roles in some good films.
I'm telling you, man. I don't care what they say.
Movies of all time.
Lonesome Dove was the best series he was in. For my 2 cents.
Yeah, but
I liked a lot of his stuff.
Yeah, but Jesse Jackson, right? For him kicking the
Jesse.
And for everything that he did for different rights, of course, for African Americans trying to run for president and stuff. That dude pushed and tried, and I tell you one thing, it's a shame. It's a shame whenever we see anyone pass, especially that we've grown up with or we know him through, of course, films or music or reading a book by him or something. It's crazy, and I just don't want to see this year the likes of Dick Van Dyke. I know it's going to be coming because Dick Van Dyke's old, but I grew up with Dick Van Dyke, originally watching, of course, Mary Poppins and then watching Diagnosis Murder. I actually love that program. I'd come in from work, especially if I was on an early. I'd finish work, come home, put Diagnosis Murder on, watch that while I'm eating my dinner, then go get a couple of hours sleep before I have to get up and go do an early again. And that's what I grew up with. It's like Ozzy Osbourne, for instance. I grew up with his music and we know he passed. There's so much in, as we know, Phil Collins, great music. Another person I absolutely enjoy. He's really bad at the moment. And then you look, of course, at Bruce Willis and everything that he's going through and growing up with his films. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, and watching them. And is it a Christmas film or isn't it a Christmas film? Of course it's a bloody Christmas film, Die Hard is. Even Die Hard 2 is a Christmas film when you think of it. It is.
All right.
You You
We can
try and
talk
argue
about
me
that
on that.
next Christmas.
You try and argue with me on that one, my brother.
We'll talk about that one next Christmas.
Okay, what about Batman Returns then?
That's
Christmas film or not Christmas film? Yeah.
Hey, you know what else is a Christmas film? The Addams Family.
Fuck off. Is the Addams film?
Watch the first scene of that movie. It opens up on a Christmas song. The opening credits open up to a Christmas song.
So what about Edward Scissorhands? Is that a Christmas film?
I don't know. Does it open up on a Christmas song?
It's got some Christmas themes in it.
I guess then, yeah. I don't
There's
like
so
that
many.
movie though. So
I like it. I do. I like it. Don't get me wrong. There's so many.
that one, I mean, I don't hate it, but it's not my thing.
What about Nightmare Before Christmas? Would you say that's a Halloween or Christmas?
Both.
Right on the head there with that one. Both.
Kidnap the Santa Claus.
Andrew's put Bon Jovi. Well, Bon Jovi's not dead, my brother. And Meatloaf. Well, of course,
or something?
we know Meatloaf. I don't know. I tell you one thing. Some of the crazy conspiracy theories that are out there with these lists where they go, oh yeah, this one's going to die this year, this one's going to die that year, and they've come true. It's like you got some kind of fucking mystic ball, or you some fucking kind of time travel that you know. Yeah, crazy.
I mean,
So we might go into that next week.
Die.
Time travel. Is there such a thing as time travel? And we might go down that hole next week as well. And of course, I know Grumpy's just
it would explain why
show
shit
that
keeps
went
getting
live.
more fucked up.
Well, Grumpy did a show that went live today on YouTube. It also went live. Actually, no. It's going live. It's going live actually tomorrow. His short's gone live today. His live's going tomorrow. And Grumpy talked about the underwater bases and underwater cities. So that's going to be live tomorrow at 6 p.m. my time in England. So it's going to be, of course, lunchtime Central. So 12 p.m. Central. That's going to go live tomorrow. So keep your eyes open for that. Got some more smoke behind the mat coming. So smoke beyond the mat, I should say. So we've got some more of that coming. And going to be talking about some more managers. May go and talk about Sherry Martel next. From her wrestling background to, of course, then becoming Macho Man Randy Savage's manager, Ted DiBiase's manager, then managing, of course, Harlem Heat, Booker T and Stevie Reyes' brother, and going through that. And yeah, trying to come up with something new. We are. But for me, it's been a great show. Thank you to everyone who's come in the comments and commented here on YouTube. Thank you for the comments there on Insta. We do appreciate it. And I, of course, to Ron. I, of course, Vosi Seba Bruno's Lee, I think it is, if that's how you pronounce it. Oh. You know me, I'm shit with reading. It's on Instagram. But for anyone who wants to come and catch us or be in the comments, your best place for us to see the comments is going to be here on YouTube. We do try and, of course, catch up on your comments there on Instagram. And hopefully, with the streaming site that we use, this year we may see it integrates with Instagram and we get to see them. And hopefully. Andrew says he wants to see a show about Andre the Giant.
That's easy.
We can do Andre the Giant, bro. Okay.
I might have to join for that one. I got some opinions about Andre the Giant.
All right. More the merrier.
Well, let's get it set and we'll get it recorded.
Friday nights are tough for me, though, so we'll see.
You know something? I like Andre. I think he was a good wrestler. It's a shame of how he came to die and different things. And you've heard the stories of in the truck and people driving him, and he picks up a recycle bin and fills it full of booze and drinks it, and the different stories. And it's a shame. Even when you look at that infamous match with Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania, that guy had a back brace on that nobody knew about. And when he took that lift by Hulk Hogan, he agreed to do that, even with a bad back. And some of the health issues that he went through with having giant disease, as we class it as, it's just crazy. Even the Big Show's gone through that, but the Big Show managed to have the operation to stop that. Otherwise, we would have lost the Big Show before long.
Yep.
So, yeah, definitely something we'll go into and talk about. And may do one on the old Attitude and then the emergence of NWO and WCW and the Monday Night Wars, and go down that path and talk about that one as well, because Grumpy was watching around that time with Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H, Chyna, X-Pac, The Undertaker, Mideon, Viscera, and all them kind of guys that were wrestling around that time. And seeing these different superstars from WWF or WWE, however you want to pronounce it, then going over and changing over to WCW. Was that the right move to see what happened after? And WCW collapsing and being brought? Yeah, we'll have to definitely look into it. Yep, Matthew. Andrew, sorry. But from...
Acromagly.
But for me, it's Stay Smoky. Thank you for joining us. And like we say again, thoughts and prayers go out to Joe with everything that he's got going on at the moment and this family emergency that he's had. That's why he couldn't join us tonight. So thoughts and prayers go out to him. And as soon as we've got a date, we will announce it for having him back on. So thank you again. And like I say, stay smoky. Matthew?
I say it every week. Sometimes I don't even listen. Don't start none, won't be none. Grump.
As always. But, like I said, our prayers are out with Joe. And we will get him on here. But appreciate the package. I love you. Our Father loves you too. If he ain't driving your bus in 2026, you better switch seats with him, because you looking at some potholes. You need to miss them. Catch me on my next one.
And of course, we will be back next week at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific, and also midnight in the UK. Check your times if you're watching this from different countries, because your time frame will vary.
Yeah.
We're back next week, and like we say, thank you and enjoy. We'll catch you next week.
In a world of smoking stories where the good times flow, there's a podcast rolling, putting on a show. The three amigos gathered, mic in hand, you see. The Cigar Loons are calling, wild and fancy free. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming, joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew, ever thoughtful, with a quip and a glee. The Cigar Loons are living out the podcast dream. From humble beginnings, just a thought, a spark. Now they're lighting up the airwaves, leaving their mark. They talk of life and laughter and the cigars they hold dear, dispelling all the worries, banishing all fear. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming, joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew, ever thoughtful, with a quip and a glee. The Cigar Loons are living out the podcast dream. Through debates and discussions, they always find a way to make you feel at home at the close of every day, with tales from their adventures and insights sharp and keen. The Cigar Loons are truly quite the listening scene. Oh, guys with his laugh, a booming, joyful sound. Grumpy with his wisdom, feet firmly on the ground. And Matthew, ever thoughtful, with a quip and a glee. The Cigar Loons are living out their podcast dream. So light up your stogie, settle in and hear. The Cigar Loons are talking, bringing joy to your ear. Gaz, Grumpy, and Matthew, a perfect smoky blend. Tune into the Loons until the very end.